Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to CSTV. I'm your host, Kathleen. For the new members, kindly remember to subscribe. And for my continued supporters, I highly appreciate. And this is the road to 1,000 subscribers. Oh yeah, let's make it happen. The striker today leads us to the presidential speech yesterday when President Uhuru Kenyatta was addressing the state of the nation at the National Assembly in Nairobi, addressing the two houses, that is the lower house and the upper house. Mr. President spoke of so many things that his administration has been able to achieve in the last 4 years and in the last 8 years that he has been in government as the President of the Republic of Kenya. And these aspects ranged from economic, politics, social, and even military-wise. Now, what captured my attention was the president's stand on the military sustainability of the country. And the president said this, that the country right now is able to manufacture its own weapons. Like we have a weapon factory at Ruiru, Kenya. So that means that the country no longer depends so much on other countries in terms of its weapons. And they also spoke about the country being able to manufacture the uniforms of our police officers. Oh yeah, that's a milestone. Now, concerning our territories, this struck me so much, and why it struck me, it's because it was like a continuation from our military sustainability. The president said that he is not ready to give away even an inch of Kenya's territory. And they said, not even an inch more, all an inch less.
On territorial integrity, I want to go on record in this House that our forefathers bequeathed us our homeland and nation. The government of Kenya will do everything possible to preserve the territory of this great republic and ensure that generation after generation of Kenyans dwell in it as it is, in fact, intact and unencumbered. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, as I have said before, not an inch more and not an inch less.
The Kenyan territorial boundaries has to be respected and they have to remain as they are. Now, this raises a question. The other day, the International Court of Justice gave its judgment concerning the Kenya Somalia maritime boundary dispute. And this judgment, actually, what the International Court of Justice did is that it gave a section of that disputed land to Kenya and a section of it to Somalia. And Kenya came out very clearly and said, no, we are not accepting this judgment and we are not respecting it. We are not considering it as a judgment because the waters allow us. The disputed mountain territory is ours. On its part, Somalia welcomed the judgment and called on Kenya to respect the judgment and follow that judgment. Now, we are in a state of confusion. We don't know what next. The ICJ gave its ruling. Kenya said it's not honoring the ruling, and Somalia said it is honoring the ruling. Now the question is, what happens? And here we have the Kenyan President, Mr. Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, or His Excellency Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, saying that as far as Kenya's territory is concerned, it's not ready to be given away. What will Kenya do? Will it declare a war on Somalia? Or if Kenya finds the Somali fishermen or the Somali Coast Guard in that region, will it declare a war on them? Or will Somali declare a war on Kenya fishermen or Kenya military forces around or who are operating in that region? What's going to happen? Is it going to be a source or the beginning of a new maritime war in East Africa between Somalia and Kenya? And it also leaves me asking myself, why was Somalia so fast to accept the ICJ ruling of getting a half of the land? if actually the land is theirs. I'm just asking who. You know, it reminded me of this character in the Bible, to these women who went to Solomon in the Bible. And one was saying the child is his, and the other one was saying the child is hers. And Solomon told them, now that all of you are fighting for one child, I'm going to cut the child into a half and give each of you a half. The woman whose child was not hers was very much ready for that a half deal. But the mother who actually had given birth to this child said no, instead of cutting the child, just give her. So I'm trying to imagine, does this territory in really sense belong to Somalia? Why was Somalia so quickly to accept the ICJ ruling? That's my question. And when I'm talking about was this territory really belonging to Somalia, I'm not saying that maybe the land is not Somalis, because you know, it's all about which direction or which principle has been used in Africa when it comes to Malta and Pound lease. Because if we talk about the equidistance principle, then so many countries are likely to be in loggerheads in terms of this boundary. Kenya will be in loggerhead with Tanzania. Tanzania will be in loggerhead, I think, with Mozambique, and Mozambique will be in loggerhead with South Africa. You see, so if actually we are using territorial agreements in terms of defining our border, our maritime borders, why is Somalia so adamant about this? I don't want to go there. But again, my question is, if Kenya has not welcomed the ICJ ruling and it's very adamant that nobody should take away even an inch of their land, so what is Kenya going to do? Or if Somalia feels it is their land, what are they going to do? And you know this, I did another video the other day, and there was a lot of bile, a lot of people was breathing fire in that video. In terms, I could see actually nationalism playing a very significant role in this dispute, and people were really breathing fire. My brothers and sisters from Somalia were like, it is our land. And my Kenyan brothers and sisters were like, it is our land. So the question is, whose land is it? And which principle is the right principle to follow, keeping in mind the context of the African boundaries and the African localities and regions. Now, I don't know whether Kenya will be provoked if Somalia dares to step on that disputed land, or if Somalia will be provoked if Kenya dares step on that land. Maybe in the next episode of The Striker, I should do a video trying to look at the military resources comparing the two countries. The military resources in as far as Kenya and Somalia are concerned. So, give your ideas on the chat box. Do you think it's right for the two presidents to have this strict stand concerning the territorial boundaries? Do you think it's high time that they employed diplomacy? Do you think they can sit down and negotiate for a better deal that cannot lead into a war? Because honestly, I don't think that war or military is a solution. I don't think this strong stand is a solution. I think diplomacy is likely to be the only thing that is going to solve this. So, share your opinions in the chat box, and remember to give this video a thumbs up, and let's meet in the next episode of The Strike.